Tukamuhebwa is my name, and I work as a group business coordinator for Free Church Aid, Ruamanja. But at the same time, I also work as the settlement manager. My ways of leadership, or the approach I use, is actually based on 3 simple principles. That is, if I would summarize them, is based on the principles of guidance, support, and empowerment. While my position describes me as a manager, I do not believe in managing things. Actually, to me, if we talk of management, then maybe you are thinking of managing and non-living things. But when it comes to leadership, it is a little bit different. You don't manage, but then you lead. But leading means you have a group of people that you are providing guidance for. Of course, you have a common vision. So my duty is to guide. That is why I say, based on the principle number 1, guidance is to guide the team move there. So in the guidance, that means I become open. We think of using an open door policy where this one gives a view, the other one gives a view, and then we decide together, and then we move. Then I have mentioned another principle of the support. And the support is that me now I will take it personally. The moment we decide, then I go ahead to make sure that we have to achieve. And if I see now someone is trying to get behind, then I give in the support that is required in terms of the ideas, but also maybe the resource or what, but most especially the ideas. And then the empowerment. Someone is wanting to do something, you feel like there is the right attitude, but then is that inability in someone. These 3 principles of leadership, the guidance, the support, and the empowerment I base on to lead my team, helps the team the team that I'm leading to become open. Because if you are going to provide guidance to someone, it means you have to first listen, and people are talking, and then you have to agree and let's take this direction. So before you decide, before you give the guidance, then you have already listened. And now that means you are promoting open communication to the team, and they become free to talk to you. And when they're talking to you, then sometimes you are able to avoid the risk, because whatever they talk for you, I take it to another level. Like I have to see if this one is done, what is it likely to result. But the most important thing is that all the people, there is some kind of transparency, because we share ideas and we first agree before we take that direction. So that solves conflicts, because no one will be like, what are we doing? Because they are already aware. But also there is a sense of ownership, because they are the ones who have decided for that thing to be done. And then there will be no harm or no criticism when they see you supporting that thing to be done. So decision making, it is not a one-man giving the direction, but it is always a participatory way of bringing the direction that we want to flaunt. You see, the moment you are working with people, then you discover that people are created in different styles or different ways. For example, however much we agree to achieve something, but then the rate at which we want to achieve it differ. While we say we want this one done in a period of 1 week, but then you find someone who has been given that task is unable to do that thing in that way. So at first it could be a little bit hard, because you will make some errors. For you, you feel like you have agreed and it will be done, but it will not be done. So it teaches you to be a little bit patient, but also to do the follow-up. Like I learned that even if we agree, but then it is my duty to follow, like keep seeing what is happening at every stage. Then that one has helped me to identify the different abilities. We expected someone to finish in 3 minutes, but he has done it in 1 minute. This one who was going to take 7 minutes, then you bring in this one to assist him. So key thing here is follow-up. After locating tasks, even if you have agreed, but keep following at every stage and then keep supporting. I use one method or the approach to inspire my team during a crisis or a challenging situation, and is simple. Communication is the first thing to do, making the thing clear and let your team know about the consequences of that thing if it's not done right. But then after making the communication, then you will not like who wants or who is willing to support more or to add an extra effort. And then that kind of observation helps you now to like allocate the tasks accordingly and then follow up. But the most important thing is to communicate the situation the way it has come, and then solicit the ideas first on how we are going to tackle that situation. First thing I would advise the people who are coming into leadership position is that they should come knowing that they are going to be working with people, not non-living thing. Why I like using that word non-living thing is that they do not talk, and whatever you want to do with them, then there will be no argument. But with living things, whether it is an animal or even a plant, there will always be resistance. If you shake a group this way, it will tend to come back naturally. So it is always better to agree. So I would say, but in my opinion, that there is no right thing on us. Everything is wrong or everything is right. And everything will be right if you are all in agreement. If something is wrong, all of you agree that it should be done like that or like that, it means there will be no conflict and you will always strive in that kind of position. So they must come knowing that they are not bringing the right thing in place or the new things in place, but it will always be on the agreement. Because the moment you are not in agreement with the people you are working with, then automatically there will be resistance or conflict, and now that discourages teamwork. Nothing positive will be achieved.